We're over at the Bronx Zoo, as you mentioned. Again, live pictures here from Skyfox Station. You bring it down towards ground level. As you mentioned, reports that a 25-year-old male, or just before 4 o'clock this afternoon, either jumped into or fell into the tiger den here at the zoo. Now, as I mentioned, this happened just before 4 o'clock this afternoon. The man was apparently bitten in the leg by a tiger before being removed from the den by zoo workers, and then obviously emergency medical technicians came here to help, as well as NYPD. Now, we understand that the man was taken to Jacoby Medical Center at this hour, listed in critical condition. Obviously, this incident is still under investigation by NYPD and also zoo officials. But again, at this point, we have a 25-year-old male that either jumped into or fell into a den here of tigers at the zoo and was bitten, taken to Jacoby Medical Center in critical condition. Greg and Derek, back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks. We appreciate that report, Dennis. And joining us now on the phone is a licensed tiger expert. His name is Larry Wallach. Larry, thanks for being with us this evening. Got to ask you, would it seem customary for a tiger to just bite somebody that lands in their territory?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I've been listening to the story, and the fact that he's alive is unbelievable.
Larry, you probably heard that the Bronx Zoo recently acquired some baby cubs, baby tigers were introduced, and my understanding is tigers are very protective of their young. That may have factored here.
Well, I believe that, but I'm sure what happened is the man went into a place that absolutely he shouldn't have been in, and the tigers did what they would normally do.
Okay.
That's prey. They want to eat it, and they're going to kill it.
Yeah, so Larry, which is very interesting, because we started this, you said you're very surprised that the man is indeed alive. So, I mean, what are you thinking when we know that this man, yes, is in critical condition, but he lost his foot? They didn't maul him to death.
Well, since I'm not there, I don't know how much of his body actually got in and what the tigers were able to get. If there were 2 or 3 tigers, I'm surprised he wasn't pulled apart. The big question is, how did he get into the cage?
Larry, stay there. I want Dennis Prosco in the helicopter to push in a little bit with the camera, on the tiger exhibit, which I would imagine the tigers, well, do you see any tigers, Dennis, from where you are?
No, we don't at this point, Greg. Obviously, a little bit late in the afternoon. Of course, a lot of these animals do tend to hide underneath the trees at this hour. And in fact, we aren't even really sure at this point. Some of the exhibit, I should say, the tiger den itself may actually be closed. The animals may have been taken out of the exhibit itself and put into cages. But at this time, we cannot spot any animals out here.
Yeah, Larry, what would they do with the tigers after something like this, after an incident, which, by the way, is not unprecedented? More on that in a moment. But look, it's not the tigers' fault. They are doing what they are born to do.
Well, what I hope they would do is nothing, because the tigers were in their enclosure. They did what they should normally do in the wild, and that's the only thing they really should do. The tigers did not get out of the enclosure, so the public was safe. Unfortunately, this man went into the cage.
Yeah, you wonder if there's a way to keep people from falling in or getting in.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you this. The rules of the United States Department of Agriculture, which we're all governed by, no connection with the public. Something's drastically wrong that man got in there.
Right.
Larry, tell us more about you, your affiliation. We're just meeting for the first time here on the phone. I know you're an expert in this field, but where do you work? And tell us more.
Well, I'm out on Long Island. Years ago, you remember there was a tiger in Harlem. I'm one of the people that confiscated that tiger.
The big Bengal white tiger?
Yeah, his name, the tiger that was in the apartment, Ming, and that was Antoine Yates.
Right.
And I'm the one who got the tiger, and we shipped him off to Ohio.
Wow. You may remember also, we've had fatal incidents, even in this city, at other zoos. Prospect Park, in the late 80s, an 11-year-old boy was mauled by a polar bear, I believe. And before that, we had a situation at the Central Park Zoo in the early 80s. I'm not sure if it was fatal or not, but it involved, I believe, a bear.
Listen, I'm very curious, and we should all be as the man, if he's alive, I'm telling you, is a lucky, lucky man.